we talk about the different kind of characteristics of the mind when it's not trained. When it's not trained, the mind, Turankama, can go very far. Can go very far. You are sitting here, already you are in Brazil, planning for different kind of work in Brazil. Eka jarang. Eka, ek jarang. Ek jarang means when the mind travels alone. Alone. Only your mind that goes. You don't take other person's mind to go with you. Asarirang. Asarirang means without form. It has no form. The mind has no form. Yet, kohasayang, it has a dwelling place. A dwelling place. And then I gave the example that my mother was looking at the dead body being cremated. The last part that is still, the fire, the flame burn all the flesh, but the last part is the heart. And inside the heart, there is that little tiny water. That's why it is said, kohasayang, there is a dwelling place for the mind. And my mother explained that that dwelling place is in that heart. In that heart. Pantanang. Pantanang means it keeps changing all the time. It keeps changing, so it's changeable, and it keeps changing. And then Japalang. Japalang means it changes, it keeps changing, but the way it changes like this, like this, all the time. Suttasang. Suttasang means difficult to see. Difficult to see the mind. Therefore, some people may seemingly so good in the way he talks, in the way he dressed, looks very good, looks trustworthy. But unless you know the mind, it's very difficult to make judgment. So even the Buddha said that a person who keeps precept, monastics keep precept, very difficult to know whether this is a good monk or not. Stay with him for a long time. Stay with her for a long time. Allow the time to fall in so that you can really see whether this person follows the teaching of the Buddha, keeps the precepts. You use the word vow, but in Buddhism it is precepts, whether he has been true to his spirit or not. It takes time to know whether this person is good in keeping the precept or not. Takes time. Then, เมื่อกี้นี่ลืมไปตัวนึงค่ะสุนิปนัง Suni Punang means refine. Suni Punang is refined, ละเอียดอ่อน มีลักษณะละเอียดอ่อน ลักษณะของจิตมีลักษณะละเอียดอ่อน very fine, very fine. And then Kamanit Patang. Kamanit Patang means without training, this mind likes to go according to the desire, sensuous desire, sensuous pleasure. It's like water falling into that direction. So also the mind, without training, always likes to go where it pleases itself. Then Turakang means difficult to maintain. You want to train it, you want it to be like this, but difficult to maintain. And then Tuniwarayang, difficult to stop. Difficult to stop. To nikahang, difficult to suppress. Difficult to suppress. And because the mind has these different characteristics, so therefore we have to train. We have to train the mind. In the morning we always do this chanting, Mano pupang kama thamma, Mano seta, Mano maya, Manasaje patute napasatiwa karotiwa. This is in the first Dhammapada. It says that the mind is supreme. Whatever happens, it begins with the mind and it ends with the mind. If the mind should pleases itself in bad things, then this bad karma follows just like how a cow is pulling the cart and the wheel of the cart follows the cow accordingly. So this evilness that happens, starts in the mind, follows like that, follows like how the wheel of the cart follows the cow that is pulling it. And then it's coupled by Same thing, Mano Pupang Kamatama, Manu Seta, Manu Maya, Manasa Je, Pasane, Napa Satiwa, Karu, Diva, Tato Nang Tukang, Manve, Dijakang, Mesha, Chaya. The second one speaks about if you do something good, then this goodness follows you like shadow that follows you all the time. So altogether, it boils down to coming back to the importance of the mind, the different characteristics that the mind has, and the importance that we as Buddhists should always train the mind. Train the mind, because in spite of the fact that mind is very difficult to do this, to do this, to do this, to be in your control. And because of that, simply because of that, we need to train the mind so that the mind follows the teaching of the Buddha, so that the mind takes root in bodhicitta. This will come to another topic. So at least today we understand the different characteristics of the mind, and we understand the importance of us as Buddhists to train the mind. Thank you.